one of the most interesting, I would say, introductions to a character in the movie Aliens is you're I believe you're introduced when you're doing pull-ups. Maybe you do something before that, but there's a sequence where you're doing pull-ups, and Paxton walks by you and says, "Hey, Vasquez, have you ever been
mistaken for a man?
Have you ever been mistaken for a man?" And then you say, "No, have you?" Okay. Did you tell me that?
It's such a great line.
Why? Was both of those lines written?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah. No, and actually, I just saw in the the documentary, the new documentary.
Yes.
I was on a plane and it's there, and I'm like, it was too bad if someone had been sitting next to me because we had a whole row to myself. I would have. That's me. I know I would have done that, but I was like, he said he heard someone say that, a woman in a bar. He wrote that down.
Oh.
But what I think you're thinking of is when that is said, because it didn't say she was doing pull-ups while that's being said. That's what I didn't improvise that, but that's what I had suggested to Jim. Is that because wearing a tight T-shirt, I look nothing like a man, no matter how how stupid Paxton is.
Yeah.
I said, I can do these really difficult pull-ups, these wide grip behind the neck. I have no idea how I was able to do those, but and if we do that while the line is being said, that will really kind of.
So it was your idea to do the pull-ups.
Yeah, and I said, maybe this is what they do. Is there a way the guys could set up a bar?
That works so perfect.
And rig that up. Like that's part of their waking up,
yes,
routine. The two, which of course made sense, and it was real good. So, yeah, I was scared to suggest that because.
Well, here's the thing, though, that
nobody used it. He used it.
Well,
it was a good. That was the thing. It was like with him, you never wanted to add something if it wasn't going to add something. And I knew that this would take a lot of time to re-rig the set. They would have to find a bar and do that.
Yep.
But I was like, no, this is worth stopping and doing, because this will really make the scene. So.
Well, I've always found Jim and Adam. By the way, I went back and watched it. I had a director on named Adam Wingard, and we're trying to figure out how to pronounce his last name because it's spelled Wingard, Wingard. And I was like, Wingard? He's like, yeah, you got it, Michael. But actually, I went back and I watched the thing that I did because it's a movie I just finished with him, and he pronounces his name Wingard. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to that scene, one of the things that I find so the brevity of that sequence and the brevity of lines that you have, that Bill has, and that Mark have, so quickly set up kind of who the three of you are in a very, we don't need to know about your history. We don't need to know that many more lines. We know who Bill is.
Right.
We know who you are, and we know who Mark is pretty quickly. And I've always found that about Jim's writing is like when you can create characters with 3 or 4 lines and immediately kind of go like, okay, this guy's here and she's here.
Oh,
and,
yeah. That's what you want to do with writing. You just want minimal.
I was telling Michael before we started that scene, to me, I thought put the movie in a second gear and told us pretty much what we needed to know about those Marines.
Absolutely,
very efficiently.
Yeah, it was very efficient. Absolutely, you knew exactly who Hudson was. You knew the relationship between all of them. You knew the admiration of Drake to Vasquez and the whole thing. And I guess, I think the first thing she does is that's right. I get up, we prepare to do it, and I see Sigourney And I do that. That was the improvised. The Mira who's Snow White. That one.
What is it?
Oh yeah.
What is it? What did you say?
I forgot what was in the script.
Yeah.
It was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
I know what it was. It was like, sorry, Jim. It was like, who's the fresh meat or something.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So I just thought, I thought I would do something, maybe do something different. But yeah, no.
And what did you say?
I said, who's Snow White? Mira,
Yeah.
hey, look at that. Snow White,
Oh, Snow White. Oh, yeah,
White.
that's right. Yeah. Good.
Just, to set up, this person and how she has her moments of cheekiness.
That's just like this is what I'm always trying to explain about Jim is that if you've got a good idea and he's got a line and you've got a line that works, you've got a line that seems to work better.
Paxton, oh my God,
yeah,
he was throwing in everything he could.
Yeah.
Everything in his quiver.
One of the things that I thought is interesting about the relationship that you have with Mark is kind of it reminds me of quite a bit of the relationship that I have with Sigourney that Hicks has, where you have a man who respects a woman, and back then, movies weren't quite like that. And men's attitudes were different, and women, weren't necessarily
it's still
soldiers.
Like that. No, I love the relationship between. It's interesting. I never think about that, Vasquez and Drake, but between Hicks and it's a friendship. It's so unique because you never see like just a acknowledgement of equals and a friendship. It always has to gear into a love affair or whatever that is. That doesn't matter. I mean, but the idea of like friends and the two of them, and also
the band of brothers quality about their situations too. We're all in the same.
Yeah, and
boat
you don't get you. It's like it's so weird because I mean, I don't know, like brother sister. It's such a unique.
Comrades in arms.
Comrades in arms. I mean, Mark and I, it's, interesting. Mark and I are best friends. I mean, and people have always said, why don't you, did you guys ever think of getting married? There was always that. Yeah. I'm like, what? And it's so funny because that's when they go, oh, Drake and Vasquez, were they a thing? It's funny. It's like, I always just go, what are you talking about? You know what?
Right. There's I just thought of this and it's, I guess it's a little demeaning. I'm not sure why I did it. I don't think Jim would have kept it in if he didn't like it or did not want it. But, there's a scene where you're talking about, I'll do this and I'll do that. And I'm in the background and I'm
you're mouthing what
I'm mouthing your words. Did we you remember us deciding we were going to do that together or
no I don't even know if you I didn't notice that because I noticed there was a picture, there was a shot of of me and your mouth is open. I'm like, why is Michael's mouth hanging open? And I watched the scene and it's like, oh my God, he's saying my lines. And I just thought either I just thought, oh my God, she must say this all the time.
I think that might have been all the time. I think that might have been.
Here she goes. Here's her.
Yes. But
she's doing her bit. She's doing her bit.
Yeah.
That was funny. I never noticed that until someone pointed that out to me.